Evening guys, welcome to CDR T2 Season 6 here at Mexico. Um, so if anybody watching along at home can just let me know what the weather for... Oh, cheers Cammy. Straight in with what I was going to do, preempted the question. Congratulations. There we go. So, it's got to be dry. Let's see. Not a big fan of Mexico myself, but there will be fans of Mexico amongst the grid. Alright, so we have Nerf pack out of on track, not of the session. That is Anderson also out, then it's Ninja leading the way. As he just comes towards the beginning of the S section, this is an awkward sequence of corners to get right on in race trim, let alone in quali trim, where you just try to push as much as physically possible. Can't dip too many wheels over that curb, or you will invalidate your lap. In a practice session earlier with Ninja, he got into the mid-17s in quali trim, obviously without the quick evolution, track evolution that you get during a quali session, so hopefully he should be able to get a little bit more out of that. So, first man across the line, let's see where he's going to go with this. There is a little bit of traffic ahead of him, jostling for track position, so hopefully they don't really get in his way. A little bit too much curve through turn one. Onset with the car just ever so slightly. Obviously, the second one's going to be a purple because he's the first one through it. So, again, a little bit too much curve. It's the pressure of the first quali lap already getting to double apex there. Awful corner, horrible. Just as you think you've gotten around the first bit, you're having to pirouette into the barrier. As Anderson is purple through sector 1. Harry is on, that's Lars in the pit lane. Bab coming round now just trying to keep up with who's where on track. Oh, a Nerf pack is just about to cross the line as the first man to actually properly set a lap time, does an 18.2. And then I think it's going to be Anderson next, who has invalidated his own. Does he have enough ERS to go again? Not ideally, but it is enough. Scotty on his out lap. Not much to talk about. As Kiani coming through the stadium section, Schnitzy does a 17.2. So on the Schnitzy and Bab's lap, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. As Kiani kind of bundles his way around the final couple of corners. Does a 17.6. Lars looking at taking a third pole from 4 races if he can. This is a casual lap. This is just him getting his bearings in and probably on a slow fuel burner. But if he does have, Anderson does have an Alpine ahead of him, which I'm presuming is Ginge. It is Ginge. Drops down a couple of gears into the stadium. such a slippy exit to that corner. Same with the penultimate corner, then round the final one we go. There's a 17.4, so not too bad. Laz with a 141.4. Ninja has opted to go again. Hopefully that's not his second set of tyres. As Scotty's purple to the middle sector, can he keep it in track limits? Doesn't carry half as much speed through there as others have, but genuinely tidy, so gets the power down relatively early through the final couple of corners, and 18.1. Famos knocked into the top 10 with an 18.4. Anderson's done a 22.6. Now Laz is pushing 22 seconds up on his lap time, so it's got to put him in the 119s. You've got to use all of the available track around here. Goes into the 117.4s, so decent start to qualifying session from Laz. Teddy Henke's just about to start his lap. Ninja is on one. Purple's the first. Nice line through there. Manages to avoid the S-curves so far. Does not carry too much speed through there, but gets away with it in the end. Through the stadium, there is a car just ahead, so he might be able to use them for a tow if he decides to go again. 17.9, so into the top 10 he goes. And we'll jump on board with Paranoid as we come down towards the stadium section. It's interesting to see everybody's different lines into that corner, as some will brake earlier and release off the brakes and get on the power early, some will brake later, try to carry the speed through. Same with the final corner, it's just an awkward sequence of corners to get right. The T-bag is T12. Only fractionally ahead of Bab, who did his on a set of mediums. That's Callum Tyler up. Almost, oh, it's invalidated. Let's see where maybe he's going to end up. It's only a short blast to the line from here, 18.5. Puts him right on the cusp of being eliminated from Q1 with 10 minutes left to go. Teddy Henke is only a 10th off on his, well, half a 10th off on his previous best, so he must have had a moment somewhere in the final sector. Yeah, he had one through the S's. And then must have backed out of the previous lap through this sector. Relatively slow to pick up the accelerator though, but does find himself up into P8. Zenix spots himself second with a 17.4, which does seem to be the sort of lap time we're looking at, as there is a yellow flag in sector 1, which is just Zenix in low fuel mode. Must have run out of fuel just before he, well, just as he crossed the line. Fortunately enough, there's only one car behind him, which I'm presuming is Claymore. It is. Oh, that's a lot of curb. That's hard stand past of maybe. As he's actually up on his first sector time, so did he have a mistake somewhere in the middle? Oh, that's too tight. Yes, that keeps it on the track. Yeah, he had a moment somewhere in the S's. Bundles over that inside curb again. That sausage curb in race trim will spit your car off to the other side of the track. Same with that inside one there. But this looks like it's got to be much better. Only up to P14 though. Ooh, not entirely safe. I don't think anybody from like Ninja down is entirely safe, if I'm being honest. Alright guys, as there's currently 8 of you watching at home, quality predictions, if you've got any. Most of you are sat in the pit, so throw something out at me. Throw a random fact them out the Mexican Grand Prix. Something. Oh, Harry, that was not necessarily very tidy. That's gonna hurt you a lot, time. As Anderson is currently almost 8 tenths up on his lap, which will take him in and around the 18.1s, which will promote him up to about P12. Your boy's a genius. Yeah, I think that it's the highest altitude, well, the circuit at the highest altitude is a widely known stat, because it's explained to us every single year when F1 actually race there. Because, oh, they need new engines because of this, and this, and it's like, ugh. Yeah, we heard this when it first entered the calendar 10 years ago. So stop telling us the same stuff. Oh no, I just thought that somebody might have a random fact that might be useful, that might be nice to know. But I guess not. As T-Bag is currently improving. Ooh, little blip of the accelerator. Just about keeps it within track limit. Purple's the middle. So he must have done something right through that middle sector. Gets a nice line through there. Just getting the drive down through that stadium section is just awkward. Oh, that's a much better lap. Puts himself off into P10. Scotty is on an out lap. Venom is currently on a lap, which apparently is 8 minutes and 24 seconds long. Here we go. He's off. Beatty's in the pits. Nerf is in the pits. Claymore was out. Harry is in the pits. Laz has opted to retire. I'd say everyone from Kiani up is safe. Everybody else is kind of at that awkward drop zone. Why is Teddy Henke going for a set of mediums now? I am not going to be doing that, but if you can find a bagpipes version of the F1 theme tune, I will 100% play that if you win a race. Yeah, so go on. That's the deal. Right, Scotty in his Ferrari, what can he do? Not a great deal, apparently. Graymo, where is he? Currently 3 temps up. It's got to put him in at 18-1, so it's got to put him in around Scotty. This is make or break, needs a good run through this final couple of corners. Beautiful line through the penultimate corner. Got the power down relatively early. Aimed at the exit curve, puts himself up into P11. Paranoid is gone again. Scotty is dealing with a spinning Callum. Nope. Phoenix. Sorry, wrong Red Bull. So Anderson almost a second under his time through sector 1. Oh, just coming through sector 1 now. That was just his previous lap. So I find this part of the track in particular, if you're on the wheel, you can't really just chuck it in. You've got to kind of just hit the nose in and hope that the rest of the car follows suit. It's a very much just a balancing act. Oh, that's an invalidated lap. So with Callum and Harry fails to set a lap time. Harry just went out too late. As Callum tends to struggle a little bit in quali, no offence to him, just seems to not be able to find his footing when it comes to the tier 2 guy. Ah, and invalidation. As Nerfpan goes 6 thousandths of a second quicker, just to get himself at that extra little bit closer to matey boy. So the only person that's realistically can improve in the bottom is Scotty. But that's it. Everybody else has set a lap time except for so what I said about everybody from Kiani up being safe, completely disregard what I said. So it not really a lot of movers and shakers, and just a nice CDR trio there from P9 down to P11. Obviously with with Ninja leading the way, T-Bag getting into the 17.8, Claymo doing a 17.9, so that's 6 tenths clear of what he was doing in practice. Scott, will you enter the pits already? Why didn't you just take the flag? Like, we can only get wheeled in. We can only get going once Scott has been wheeled into the pits. There we go. So, just to summarise, Schnitzy setting the pace, followed by Cammy in Q1. And then we lose Venom, Matey, Nerf Pack, Callum, Tyler, and Weatherman Harry from Q1. With 1.8 separating Callum and P1. Harry not setting a time. So, like 77 seconds or whatever it was. And then Venom only missing out by a fraction there. Unfortunate for him, but sure he'll come back stronger in the race to get that run into turn one. Long run into turn one. Actually, I think this is one of the few tracks where it's so short on track distance, because the actual start-finish straight makes up like a third of the length of the lap. Right, I'd be surprised if we don't see a couple of medium tyres enabled now. I'm going to jump on board with Ninja as he's normally the first man out. Oh, that is a McLaren of Lars, I think. Which looks like he has been followed out by Ginge. Yes. Oh my god, that's a train of cars behind him. Teddy leaving the pits. Scotty out. Teabag out. So it's Teabag is the first man out on track. I think that's because every set of stuff he's got now is a squad set. Just look after that Alfa Romeo. We don't have too many of those spare chassis running around. It's because we had to pre-order a whole bunch for me this season. So why have I got that on Facebook? So just to clarify, myself and Cammy now have a deal that if he wins a race at any point this season, I will play the F1 theme tune over the screen during his podium celebration in bagpipes. Cammy, as much as I love you, bud, I really don't want you to win a race now. And he has found the clip and sent it to me as literally one of the few messages that he's ever sent me. So well, I don't know why I jumped from Teabag, if I'm being honest. Oh, that's wide, but track limits, one of those. Tried to carry a little bit more speed into there than what he did last time round, and just ran a little bit too deep. Foot to the floor as he comes round. So 18.6, so yeah, goes a little bit quicker than what he did in Q1. 17.8 immediately by Lars. Jin 17.6. Actually, just like to come across. 17.4. Bab just coming round on a set of mediums. 18.5. Oh, close. Theodore. 18.2. 18 flat on a set of Scott does 18.2 on a set of soft. They're a squad set. That's Keanu just coming round. 17.5. Right, speak of the devil, let's see what Cammy will do on his flyer, shall we? Picking your braking zone for turn one is super important. Just being able to get it stopped and kicked in for the apex without taking too much curb, but carrying enough speed that you don't really have to get on the accelerator between the corners of 1, 2 and 3. It's an awkward one. 28.9 through sector 1. What's he got through the middle sector? Schnitzy is retired, so Schnitzy has crashed somewhere with a 17 flat, so he's gone and set the fastest lap of the session so far and decided that he wants to eat a barrier. That is unfortunate. Cammy only goes P6 with an 18 flat, which I'm hoping is on a scrub set of tyres, because Cameron, you have more pace than that, we know you do. That's the smart thing and lets the car behind go, which I'm going to find out in a sec. That looks like it is the Williams of Ninja. It was not the Williams of Ninja. It was the Williams of Paranoid. Ninja purples the middle again. Okay, where did that come from? Because Schnitzy is technically technically set the fastest lap of the session, Ninja did not get credited that, even though we went straight to P1. So anybody that now wants to jump into Q3 has to beat Scotty at least. As I say, that Cynics is just on the 16994. Teddy's out on a lap. Scott is on an outlap. Bab on an outlap. Bab now with the substituted. Is that Scott on the set of medium? Ooh, that's risky. Anderson's invalidated. Claymore's still at the pits. Unless he's planning on just doing another run. After it's on a set of fresh stuff and just seeing it where it will put him on a set of medium. As he gets sideways out of turn 3, heads down towards turn 4, rear wing wide open, sponsorship missing, subject to not being allowed in a PG game. Yep, Scott, you can't just cut that, mate. I know Ferrari don't make lawnmowers. He back up into 2.7. Well done him. Kelly Henke currently up on his lap time. Just feeds it through. This is looking like a better lap if he doesn't get caught up in traffic. The Ferrari Scott just getting well and truly out of the way. Puts himself P2. Bab on a set of softs. What's Bab got? A little bit slow through turn 1 and 2. Oh, it's on and in lap. Evening, Wab. How we doing? So Claymore's opted to come out the pits now. Claymore needs to do at least a 17.6 to progress through. I would say, to be entirely safe, as Lars does a 16.5. Oh Jesus, that's 1.3 seconds quicker than what he had. So that's a solid lap that puts him almost half a second clear of his nearest rival in Cynic. Does need to get out of Claymore's way though. So purple's the first sector, that's a great start to his lap. Liking how everybody's using the exit curve of that awkward double right-hander in the chicane, but after the second chicane. Okay, no idea what happened there, but we roll with it. Oh no. But Anderson got his tank through the middle sector. Avoids the exit curve. Is this going to be enough? P13, so no, it's not enough. Scott is currently 2/10 up on his lap. Oh, a little bit squarely through S2. and invalidate. Oh, that's not what he needed. Where it's only a short run to the line after the final corner, you really can't get a toe. So 18 flat, oh, just under a tenth behind T-Bag there for Claymore. Cammy out. Anderson into the penultimate corner. This isn't going to be a great lap. He is calling it a day. Scotty is also called it a day. Gianni is up on his lap. It seems like a lot of people are purpling that first sector now. What can he get hooked up through the S's? Takes a wide line through the entrance, but oh, that is very close. Bad Marjorie under his time, but on it, T-Bag on a lap. Takes a lot of curb into turn one. Almost 2.5 tenths up through sector one. Cammy puts himself up in P4 with a 17.2. T-Bag does invalidate. So that is it. Just waiting on the final couple to be ruled into pits. As I think this would have been a decent lap for T-Bag if he'd actually completed it. Yeah, would have been a 17.5, which would have put him inside the top 10. Okay, so just to confirm that Lars, again, setting the pace early on in quali. Almost half a second clear of Cynics, followed by Teddy, Henke, Cammy, Ninja, Ginge, Ashik, Bab, Kiani, and Schnitzy. Rounding out the top 10, Schnitzy will not participate in Q3 due to DNFing. T-Bag, Claymore, Paranoid, Anderson, and Scotty, unfortunately, all losing out during Q2. So let's take a look and see what tyre everybody's got on, because we're at that point of where it might be a scrub set that go on. Others might have full sets of softs left. here we are, Q3. This is where the pressure ramps up. Everybody starts jostling for track position, as we can see with Lars and Cynics. Let's try and find who will be the first one. It's Ninja again. It is nice to see that we've only seen one DNF through the S's. Just saying. It's an absolute pleasure to see that people aren't particularly pushing through there, but they are finding a way to get through there quickly. There's nothing worse than crashing on a lap where you thought that you'd be a lot quicker than what you actually are, but that's for Sunday to find out for myself. As Ninja just starts, I was off 10 minutes of Q3 left remaining, so I mean, I love tracks that are this short, that you can do an out lap, a flying lap, and an in lap in under 6 minutes. So essentially in Q3 you've got like 2 runs at it. So if you've got enough tyres, go at it. If not, then you just got to kind of wait till the very end and hope that track evolution is your friend and you don't make a mistake. So Ninja did a 17.2 in Q2. Is he going to dip into the 17 laps here? I don't think he's got enough. I don't think he's got it. 17.5. So, let's take a look at the comments that just came in. T-Bag saying he had 3 runs in Q2 and still butchered it. Cynics is just on a 16.6. James with 17.2, Cammy with 17.7. Teddy Henke just going round the final couple of corners, followed by Lars. Lars looking like he wants to get in and involved with the front row yet again. I mean, T-Bag, you could have quite easily offered to give up the race seat tonight and let me race and you do comms, but you do you. Then that way Cammy would not have been abused on track, on comms, he would have been abused on track. I think Lars just went to the line then to see what his lap time would have been. ...207 miles an hour for Tiani before he hits the brake pedal into turn 1. Tries to pick up a little bit of a pole from the McLaren ahead. Purple sector 1 with a 28.6. And backs out the lap. So apparently Tier 1 has had a 15.9, which was the same guy that did a 15 flat around Imola last week. That's mind-boggling. Like, how... I look at it and go, some of the lap times that have been set so far in quali are as quick as my TT time. Yeah, the one that, like, the top of the leaderboard in Q2 was quicker than my TT time is Teddy's pushing. The 16.5 something, I think, in Q2 was quicker than my TT time, which stands at like a 16.580, I think, at the moment. Puts himself into PT with a 16.8. As Keanu's coming around the final corner. This was the 16.8, so we're into the 16 solidly now. It does seem like if you want to be competitive, a 16 is the ballpark figure that you've got to be aiming for. Which just, for some people, it just looks impossible when you look at the actual lap times. Not saying that is impossible, I'm just saying it looks it because of what you've done previously and stuff like that. Bad is on an outlet again, so Bad looking at having to find at least half a second plus to even get to the second row of the grid comfortably at this rate anyway, because I believe Ginge has more pace in that lap. Lars definitely does, Cammy might, so it all depends on what these guys have got going on, like what setups they're running. Some might have preferred it for race, which 36 laps, apparently all dry, anything could have happened. When it's at this point of quali, guys, there is not really much for me to talk about. As we just wait for Ginge to come round and start his lap. So Ginge looking at improving. He's got... Oh, sorry about that, guys. Dropped my pad. So Ginge is looking at improving. Hopefully he's got the half a second or so he needs in this lap. We'll find out through sector 1 if he's on course to get there, or if Keanu is opted to retire in the pits with a minute to go. Sector 1 threshold coming up now. Third of a 10th up, so work to do in the middle and final sector for Ginge. Tidier line through there this time. Uses the curb on the entrance DSs to get it turned in. dips a wheel over the curb there, could have invalidated, but didn't. Currently attempting a bit up, careful to the middle. Lars does a 15.9. So Lars has matched the tier 1 provisional pole time for the time being. And Ginge does find that extra bit of time and pips Teddy Henke. Bab is off the track, Ninja is flying through the S's. Cammy does a 17 flat. Ninja currently off on his lap time. All takes a little bit of sausage to go through the corner over the corner. Finishes in P8, a shake. Final man to set a lap time. Doesn't look like it's going to be the strongest lap. Put on the corner, 1 minute 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 17.3. So puts himself into P7 with Ninja starting P9. With Bab still on a lap. Just take the flag, don't take the pit lane. So we're just waiting on Bab to be wheeled into the pits. So just to confirm, Lars taking P1 for the third race out of the last 4. Cynic's following suit, almost 4 attempts behind. Ginge almost a second, almost 9 attempts behind. Pip and Teddy Henke. Kiani rounding up the top 5. Cammy over a second behind in P6. Then we've got a Shik, Bab and Ninja. Just waiting on everybody to pick the race strats. So tyres, fuel loads, etc. Shouldn't take too long because they normally have an idea of what they'd want to be running during the race, so on and so forth. Just got another comment in. Also saying, good evening everyone, multitasking it is, having both streams on and racing in tier 1 himself tonight. Yeah, also, focus on what you're doing, bud. Don't try and overdo it. So, in a minute we'll get to see what tyre strat everybody has picked. Also, no offense, but the only thing you're going to be scouting out is what barrier that you're going to go crashing into. Only playing. Love you, really. Alright, so we'll run it from the back this time. Harry and Callum on the hards, Nerf on the softs, Matey on the medium, Venom and Scotty on the hard, Anderson on the medium, Paranoid on the hard, Claymore medium, Teabag starting on the hards, Schnitzy and Ninja on the medium, Bab, Ashik, Cami and Kiani all starting on the hard, as well as Teddy and Ginge, sorry, and then Cynics and Lars on the medium. So, some alternate strats going on. I don't understand why Nerf has opted to start on the softs. By the time he finishes his formation lap, they'll be on like 57% worn. And that was an Alfa Romeo facing the wrong way. Nope, that was a Ferrari facing the wrong way. Wrong red car. I wonder why Teddy got disqualified. So the race strat, one stop, hard to medium, start on lap 20 to 24, I think that was. 2 stop, obviously stop a little bit earlier and just have a shorter final stint. Is Lars going to pull up on his grid slot? Just about gets it. Ginger's opted to face pointing at Cynics. I'm trying to find a view of the entire start, but for some reason we don't have one. There we go. Right, and 36 laps of Mexico is underway. That's a couple of decent starts getting on. Oh. Right, so 20 cars, 1 braking zone, 1 8, and 1 corner. That's Anderson that's dropped all the way to the back on his day, and that's Schnitzy and Venom coming together at turn 1. Hopefully no wing damage for either of them. Ninja is somehow all the way back down there. Makes a move on Nerf. That is 3 wide into the there from Callum, Scott and Teabag. That is brave. That was a little bit of end plate coming off that I saw from Bab and Paranoid. Was it more than that? Was that more than an end plate? It appears to be affecting Bab. Oh! As Bab enters the track again through the S, is unable to get it turned in properly. As my headset's just pinged, let me know it's going to die, so just bear with me so I can pop it on charge while I do this. The cable is fortunately long enough. Unfortunate for you guys, but fortunate enough for me. Right, and we are back and ready to go. Lars has already gapped Cynics by 1.4 seconds in the opening lap. That's Cammy all over the back of Claymore, who has got a sheep just in front of him. And Paranoid is not too far behind, obviously with DRS. Enabled from next lap. Paranoid in prime position here as a shift has picked up a 3-second time penalty. That's primarily due to the lap 1 track limit violations, but dual DRS detection zone. The penultimate, the one in the final corner, will give you DRS for the run down to 4 and 5 at the same time. So here we go. This is where you see what wings people are running, because Paranoid is catching, but it's not particularly quickly, and he's not using too much of his DRS. Are we gonna see DRS pop up now? Nope, we don't get it for another lap due to where the detection zone is. But there is another one in the rundown to the beginning of the stadium section as you come out the S's, so it could be a place for a move if you're close enough. Obviously you don't want to force it up the inside there, or force the car that you're overtaking around the outside and off the track into the runoff, as there is significant barriers around there. There we go, DRS enabled. So Cammy's just a little bit loose through the stadium section. It's not like it looks like he's not particularly enjoying it all that much. Right, Lars is just setting fastest lap after fastest lap at the moment. And he's doing it with ERS. As we ride on board with Gianni. And yep, that overspeed just absolutely slaughtering Ginge. And he's going to have DRS to go after Cynics too. Which is beneficial if you're in a train and you can break the toll between now and after the S's. But Ginger's got to be ready to come straight back at them. A little bit off the track there, but Harry is, let's see if anybody's pitted yet. Yep, so Harry and Bab have both pitted. Harry has opted to go onto the softs. Bab onto a set of mediums. Nerf will be in the pits within the next lap or so. And let's see who the biggest winner and biggest loser was so far. Callum Tyler up 8 places already. But Lars just cranking out fastest lap after fastest lap at the moment. There's a yellow flag in sector 3, that is a McLaren. No, it's not. Who is causing that yellow flag? Was that a shit? Just having a moment. I think so. There's ninjas all over the back of Callum Tyler and Scotty, both of which have DRS. Callum has DRS on Scott. Inside line equals inside line, but then you've got to leave room. Scott realised he'd forced Callum slightly wide, so he gave up position just to get the switch back and the tight line, but he's also given up DRS into the stadium section. So Ninja has got teabag all over his gearbox, and as I look back, they're just both making up their own lines through the S's. This is not a place you want to get to somebody's gearbox, but also Callum might be in prime position here. Sorry, Ninja. Does he have the straight line speed? I think he's got it just about covered on the inside on those mediums. Oh no, you run too deep into turn 2, and because of that, teabag straight into rear end. Not really much you can do, neither getting any damage. It's just a cluster of cars now. There's Cammy and Cynics swapping places. Oh, Cynics has dropped it. That's what the yellow flag was for. So I'm going to jump back on board with this battle now. Because it's just a cluster of cars from here back. This little battle goes all the way back to Nerf Pack. It's just gonna have to be somebody willing to take the lunge and break this toe. I think Ninja needs to commit here. Don't make it 3 wide though, but just commit to turn 1. And use the additional DRS that he's gonna get. He's gained 1 position, but he might lose this one. Nope, DRS coming useful. So, yeah, Venom and Nerf Pack, not too far off the back of this little battle. And even Mateboy is not too far off of the back of them. Harry picking up a 3-second penalty. Oh, a shake in the barrier. Oh, lads, that's not somewhere where you want to go side by side. That is Scott round. Hopefully with his front wing intact. Eight laps in, and this is still the closest little squabble we've got as Snitsy picks up a penalty. As it does appear that Ninja is starting to break that toe. Ninja's gotten ahead and he's decided that it's time for him to dip out and go chase down his teammate. Callum Tyler picks up a time penalty. Ninja's picked up 1-2. As Claymore just about nips inside the DRS zone of Cynics. He's not going to be close enough to make him move unless Cynics just doesn't open. Does Cynics have DRS? Yes, he does. But he's not nowhere near close enough to Cammy. Cammy is actually closing up on the back of Teddy and therefore the back of Ginge. The Faz's guys have just checked out at the front by the looks of it. So I'm going to jump back on board with Claymore because this is now a 3-way battle. And also that Alpine is one of the best sounding cars in the grid, so if you don't like the sound of it, you are weird. Ooh. The tyres are starting to feel a little bit groggy for him. Cynics now should be realistically be close enough. He isn't, like, that's not going to be a late lunge. Smart driving. So there's a little bit of field spread by the leader. And then there's just seconds upon seconds behind him. There's 8 seconds behind him to the nearest car. As is, by the looks of it, already lapped Harry, and he's coming up on the back of a shit. As Cammy's just lapping Harry as we speak. But there are blue flags, so ideally Harry should be getting out of the way, and does. So Venom didn't have DRS that time, or he just opted not to open it. Harry has entered the pit and got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Is that to swap off those set of softs? Is so Harry's got to take. Oh, Babs DNF. When did that happen? That may have been a pit lane. As just jump on board with Venom, Teabag, and Anderson. 2 Alpha Romeos going wheel to wheel, both on the same tyre compound. So this will literally be a battle of who gets put up at the pit stop. Both of their rear wings wide open. So we should start seeing the first round of pit stops for the medium runners shortly. Within like the next lap or 2. That's the Williams guys swapping places. Right, so just over a third race distance. Lars pretty much has this in cruise control. Kiani, Callum Tyler's just picked up another time penalty. Kiani is almost 10 seconds behind him as it stands. Ginge a further 2.3 behind Kiani. would be a decent result for Ginger's. He has been saying throughout the week that his pace around Mexico is not great, and that he will just hope and pray for a decent result. If he can stay where he is, then he will be in a decent shout. There's back 3-second time penalty, as Cami Mo has just passed. Sinix has just passed Cami, which was done in the run down to turn 1. So dual DRS. Claymore just killing, running up behind him, but also has Ninja for company. Ninja actually been one of the surprise drivers of the season so far. Not by setting the world alight per se, but just coming into tier 2 as relatively unknown for him. After, I'm sure that he'll agree with me here, struggling for consistency in tier 3, but having the overall race pace and race craft to make the move up. A few things, like few alternative things came into that decision. So he's made the best out of that decision to move him up as it stands, by having a solid opening start, opening to his tier 2 career. It wouldn't surprise me if by the end of the season we see him challenging for consistent top 5s. I'm not going to sit here and roll podiums, because a podium is an achievement within itself. So I think he'll just want to keep a sensible head on and just set realistic goals for the rest of the season, and just try and progress through the field a little bit more. Like, he's come in and he's not off the pace for the vast majority of the midfield. You've obviously got the quicker drivers, and I use that in air quotes, which you can't see, in the tier. But for the vast majority, he's just there and thereabouts, and he's just making it in the best way possible, just making a nuisance of himself, putting himself in and around the mix and seeing what he can get out of it. And in fairness, I'm kind of proud of him. Scotty's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Claymore speeding in the pit lane. That's got to kill his race. As Harry's now just unlocking himself from somebody. Sorry about this, guys. I was just responding to a message. Blue, I'm guessing that you're out if you're now commenting on my stream. Welcome to the DNF Hall of Fame, hosted by yours truly, FLW. But yeah, Ginge actually having a somewhat decent race for himself, as Schnitz is now in the pits. As T-Bag picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in pits. Blue, it's your first ever DNF. Oh, safety car, safety car, safety car. Is this a full safety, or is it? Yeah, full safety car. Ah, Scott. Scott. I'm not laughing at Scott, I'm just laughing at a message, a text sent to Scott. Just an ill-timed text, unfortunately, for Scott. This actually may benefit Lars. He may be able to dip into the pits now. I'm glad that we're not seeing any of these fake pit stops that we see at tracks with the longer pit entrances. Even though I myself was guilty of trying to bait somebody into taking a pit stop. Baku, Cynic drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. But when it's an actual corner to get into the pits, you can't fake your pit entry. You have to commit to it. Okay, Ginger stayed out. This is either brilliant or insane by him, but with the safety car, he might be able to pull out an extra, like these cars should apparently go 26 laps. Apparently. So, if they go 26 laps, safety car taking to 29, might be able to pull a set of softs out at the end. But I'm not sure where Harry is on track in comparison to everybody else. Is he at the back of the field like he should be? Oh, Ginger's in. So Ginge waited to see what Lars was doing. So that will bump Ninja up to P7. Let's take a look at penalties, shall we? Cynic's on a drive-through, so he will get promoted. Will get demoted down to the back of the field. Cammy on everybody from Cammy down on at least 3 seconds. So what this means is, for the next 18 laps, just keep it consistent. Just keep it penalty free. So, we'll see. Safety car still out. Everybody maintaining some sort of distance. Right, hopefully the safety car comes in this lap, because when it's like this, I don't have anything to talk about, and I get distracted and I go like replying to messages on my phone that I've been ignoring for like the last half an hour or so. So I do apologise if I've been quiet, just picking up messages from my personal life during safety car periods. So yes, we are on a safety car restart. Whereas Harry's right in the middle of that pack, so Harry's gonna have to let everybody lap him again. Unfortunately for Harry, a shit is in the same position. Right, so Lars, getting used to doing safety car restarts recently. Just at the moment, I'd say he's just dependable. He's only got a short run to go to the line, so everybody's on his gearbox. Literally, as soon as he's round the final corner, he's got to go. Ooh, snap of oversteer as Kiani gets the jump on him. But straight line speed. That's Cami and Cynics going side by side into turn one. Oh, Lars and Teddy. I think the medium runners are going to have just about enough pace. Oh, where did Cynics come from? Where did Cami come from? If Cami can make this stick, it will be overtaken this season. Oh, it's Harry. Harry trying to unlap himself, going through the S's. As Kiani's now taking a 1.54 second lead into the second lap after the safety car restart. Cynics needs to serve his driver in the next lap or so, or he will be disqualified. So let's see. Oh, the movers and shakers. Harry 3-second time penalty. Him and a shake still trying to make their way through the field by the looks of it. Having their own little personal race when they're just bumping wheels and making the ghosted cars even more frustrating to make their way through. Lars was just like the fastest lap in the race again on those hards and pulled in. Up second, that is Cynics in the pits, serving his drive through, so he's going to drop all the way back down. No idea what happened to Ninja, did he get bad safety car restart, but this could be paranoid on Nerf, and Nerf back runs deep. These three know each other quite well because they've all spent time in Tier 3. Paranoid, obviously a former Tier 3 champion. Nerfback reserving. Oh, beautiful driving from Anderson. Oh! Not sure if Nerf actually got a clump to the rear then. Harry has retired. Where did Harry crash? Schnitzy's gone too. Which was got... Venom has clipped Schnitzy. Or at least his car. And that's it, back under a safety car. So, sorry about this guys. How many people do we have watching along at home? 6. If anyone is actually still watching that isn't racing, predictions on race winner would be great. Or contention for driver of the day. Because at this very moment in time, I'm very unsure. I know we've still got a third of the race to go, but oh, Nerf Pack's gone too. And then there were 13. So that clump to the rear could have actually given Nerf Pack rear wing damage, because it looks like he dropped at the beginning of DS's. So Ashik, after all of this, being almost a lap down, unable to unlap himself at the back of the field, is still, through sheer persistence, looking at still claiming a couple of points by the time the end of this race finishes or concludes. So, and there's some very deep. Oh, safety car in the slap, because there wasn't a lot of field spread. Alright, now we get to see the other phases and how they do it. Much better start than Lars. Caught Lars sleeping at the final corner. Jin, oh, the Alpines. He's got to be better on the brakes. So it turns out I did teach Claymore a thing or two while I was in Tier 2. Oh, Cammy's just picked up another penalty. Oh, that's Cammy out of the race. So Cynic's on Ninja. Still a little crowd of cars. If we have another safety car shortly, it might be worth them putting on a set of softs and going to the end. Ooh, Ninja having to get on the brakes there because Anderson ahead. Ooh, that's brave. A Shaker's just picked up another time penalty. DRS is now enabled. Still staring at the back of his teammate. On similar ERS levels too, so this is just all about who's got what in the tank. Yeah, Cammy. I know the exact words you're on about, and I'm still yet to drop one on a stream, which is surprising because... Oh, Keanu's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, it's surprising because my language is one of the worst out of all of the admins, and yet I somehow managed to restrain myself on a stream. So, Callum Tyler's just picked up 3 seconds. We're at that stage of the race. Tyres are still starting to go off a little bit as Ginger's compromised Claymore into the stadium, but DRS favours Claymore into turn 1 and then into turn 5. Turn 4, sorry. But he's also got Callum behind. But Callum just cannot catch quick enough. Ooh, a little bit slippy from Callum. So Lars, all he needs to do is stay within 3 seconds of Kiani now. Same with Teddy Henke. Lars also setting the fastest lap of the race again. So he's just looking super dominant around here. He either loves this place. Actually, Teddy making a move on Lars. How can Lars go and set the fastest lap of the race and then have Teddy on his gearbox pretty much immediately? I can confused. But anyway, we'll see who's made up the most positions. That will be Callum for the win again. As I said, free race. He seems to can't sort his quality out, but when it comes to race time, gets his head in the game and just keeps on going. As T-Bag is actually off into P4, which he wasn't looking forward to the race tonight. I know that, as I spoke to him. I've seen it's 3-second time penalty, so Ninja's gotten back past him with the help of DRS and is looking at the back of Anderson again. Is he going to get it done this time? Does he have enough straight line speed? It does look like he's going to get done on the brakes. Does just about give him enough room on the exit. Oh! That's Cynics and Anderson in the barrier. No idea what happened there. That is a report waiting to happen. That is a yellow flag in sector 2. That's Callum and Anderson. That better not be revenge for being put into a barrier a couple of corners before to the wrong car. As Lars and Teddy. Oh! This was a decent race. It's Ginge and T-Bag is swapping places. T-Bag is not giving up on Ginge. Same tyre, so who's better on the brakes into turn 4? As Ginge just dives up the inside expecting the car's whip when the corner was not there to be taken like that. Teddy just now needs to calm it down and just keep plucking away, otherwise he could end up overdriving the car and end up in a barrier. Let's take a look at penalties. Claymo's on 13 seconds. He was only on 8 the last time I looked. Only on 5 for speeding in the pit lane, so where's he got the other 8 from? So he's going to drop behind Ninja at this rate. Actually could drop all the way down. As Lars, we're now just in the final couple of laps. Lars, all he needs to do is keep it within 3 seconds of Kiani and the race win is his. And he is pulling in that gap ever so slightly. And has just purpled the middle sector. How is... As Claymore picks up another 3-second time penalty. So he's going to drop all the way down to P9 at this rate. As Anderson just picked up another 3 seconds, so that could help Claymore respectively. I think it will, actually, so... That's Cynic smoothing the pits after a new front wing. However, the gap hasn't updated to Cynic's yet, because there is no way that Cynic's track is 1 minute 15 behind. Or Callum Tyler just takes the fastest lap of the race in P11. Do we actually have any battles going on? Nope. So, there's some cars that are significantly close to each other, but they're all, as Teddy picks up a 3-second time penalty, so yeah, P2 is essentially, as Paranoid does too, so that's everybody but Lars on a time penalty. And the last thing Lars wants to do with a lap to go is pick up a time penalty. So, ooh, Lars is caught right up. So the closest battle on track is the lead duo. Are they going to make this a final lap thing? Are they going to just do the ceremonial change of position into turn 1? Doesn't look like it. Hey, well done also. Where'd you finish? As we're just watching the leaders just scrap away. Well, was it P16? You tend to like P16. It will be a shame to see either one of these two drop it now. Oh, 13. Unlucky for some, lucky for others. Oh, Lars round it. Yeah, he just gave that back because there was no point in trying to fight it. So, we have our winner. Lars will take the win. Kiani will take it on track, but Teddy will come home in P3. Ginge will come home in a decent P4. Teabag, wherever he ends up, Claymore is going to drop that Ninja into P6. Makey Boy all the way up into P5. That's a decent haul of points. We're literally just waiting on a Shik to cross the lane, so we'll just follow him through. congratulations to the podium sitters. This season it just seems to be the same three, just in a different order. So just for confirmation, after 51 minutes and 53 seconds of racing, Laz comes out crowned as the race winner. According to the game, penalties may apply later on, as we just roll through the order and just see who's where. So tier 3 will be here 8 o'clock on Sunday, with CDR Claymore and CDR No Fandango taking the reins in the commentary booth. For me, I'll be back in the new year now, of which I believe we are at China. Give me a moment and I will. So yes, we are back on the 6th of January now for tier 1 and tier 2. So I'll see you in the new year. For now, have a nice new year, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, but good night.